so many people, you know, have touched our lives that have helped us, you know, and not only, and financially too, you know. And now that, you know, I can afford it, you know, I try to help others. How they say, pay it forward, you know, so to speak. Eve was previously a juvenile diabetic, and we got pregnant. She got pregnant with Gabriel, and during the pregnancy, you were in and out of the hospital, you know, with Gabriel. And then once Gabriel was born, Gabriel came a month early. She weighed at 4 pounds 15 ounces. 2 months after she was born, she was still like what do you call it, jaundice. I guess it was 6 months of age. What? She found out that she had biliary atresia. We
found out at 3 months.
In September of 1990, they put her on the liver transplant list. April 3rd of 1991 is when we got the phone call.
Right, April 4th.
Yeah, and they did the liver transplant on April 4th. The scariest part was when we left her at 8 in the morning, you know, for the transplant, not knowing whether we would see her alive again, you know. As the disease progressed, even the whites of her eyes were turning yellowish green. So once the liver was transplanted, we were in ICU, and the nurse said to us, she says, well, do you want to, I can take her off the morphine a little bit, and so you can see her eyes open. I'm like, yeah, okay, because to me, there were all these tubes and wires and everything else. It looked like she was dead just about, you know. Well, he took the morphine off, and when Gabrielle opened her eyes for the first time after transplant, they were as white as yours and mine. That just took my breath away, and that's when I said to Eve, I said, okay, I've seen enough, I'm going to bed. Yeah. So I'd go to meetings in Philadelphia at the Gift of Life. It was called Liaisons for Life, and they would have a meeting every month, and we would just do different things to promote organ donation and education.
He doesn't just volunteer for the Gift of Life. He's a person that likes to help people. We had a neighbor that was going to lose her house. He helped her, prevented her, didn't have her heat. Her heat was, her electric and her gas were turned off, or her electric was turned off. He helped to get put back on. He'll see somebody, and if they need help, he said, look at that old person. And they're not even helping them. I mean, but that's just his personality.
During our time of need, there were so many people that helped us out. Both, you know, like at St. Anthony's, for instance, when Eve was in the hospital, I had to think about how I was going to get Gabrielle back and forth to school, because Eve usually would take her. So there are people at St. Anthony's that say, hey Gabe, if you ever need anything, give me a call. So I'd add their name to a list. Well, sure enough, there was 2 weeks that went by. I'd had different parents picking up Gabrielle and dropping her off from school, and that meant a lot. You know, that was like, you know, such a relief knowing that she was safe and sound. And also, I guess, let's face it, if we didn't do the things that we do, Eve and Gabrielle probably would not be here today. So that's one of the main reasons, you know, why I guess I do what I do. And basically to pay back all the people that have ever helped us.